So we're going to do a top 5 list today, just half of what David Letterman would do. The top 5 reasons why Don McGahn's testimony before Congress today was actually pretty important. Because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So, former White House counsel Don McGahn finally testified before Congress today about Donald Trump's obstruction of justice while president. We're going to do a top 5 list. Top 5 reasons Don McGahn's congressional testimony today to the House Judiciary Committee was actually pretty important. So let's start with number 5. Where's Paul Schaefer's drum roll when you need it? Number 5 is the substance of what Don McGahn had to say. We know what he had to say because it was reported that he would be testifying about the public portions of the Mueller report. So what did Don McGahn have to say? Well, he said Donald Trump directed him to fire Bob Mueller, to fire the man who was investigating Donald Trump for possible criminal activity. Don McGahn said, "I'm not doing it. That could be perceived as obstructing justice." And then Donald Trump said, "Oh, you won't do it? Then I want you to lie and tell everybody that I never instructed you to fire Bob Mueller. And I want you to create false documents that say I never told you to fire Bob Mueller." Why is the substance of that testimony important? Well, because it actually provides both things you need to convict somebody, to convict Donald Trump of obstructing justice, a criminal act and a guilty state of mind. People are always saying it's so hard to prove criminal intent or guilty knowledge. First of all, no, it's not. I did it in courtrooms for 30 years. You get to infer intent from conduct and statements. It's not that hard. But it doesn't matter because Donald Trump gives it to us on a silver platter. Because first he tells Don McGahn to fire Bob Mueller, obstructing the investigation into Donald Trump. And when Don McGahn says he won't do it, he instructs Don McGahn to lie. Here's why the act is there and the criminal intent was there. Because if you tell somebody to do something and they won't, and you then instruct them to lie about it, what are you doing? You're announcing that your intent was corrupt. Because if it was righteous to ask Don McGahn to fire Bob Mueller, then you don't have to cover it up with a bunch of lies. What Donald Trump has given us is basically a chapter out of the book Obstructing Justice for Dummies. Because he gives us the criminal act and he proves his own criminal intent, guilty mens rea. So the substance is really important. Now, number 4, it's not hearsay. Because think about it, the Mueller report said, Bob Mueller says Don McGahn told him that Donald Trump said. That's double and arguably triple hearsay. That's not all that usable in a court of law. But today, when Don McGahn was told to raise his right hand and he was given an oath, do you swear or affirm that the evidence you shall give in this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? That's the oath I used to give to every witness who testified in a court-martial. The prosecutor administers the oath. Once he took that oath, swore to tell the truth, and said, Donald Trump told me to fire Bob Mueller. I said I wouldn't do it because it could be perceived as obstructing justice. And then Donald Trump told me to lie about it. That's not hearsay anymore. That's not just something that's recorded in the Mueller report. That is a first-hand sworn account under oath. That is a transcript of Don McGahn that can be used in a court of law in any number of ways. So that is important. Number 3, the information was related by Don McGahn, former White House counsel, who, regardless of what you think of his politics, is generally regarded as a truth teller. So it's coming from a credible source. That's another reason it is important. Reason number 2, why Don McGahn's congressional testimony today was important, because Bill Barr can't spin it. He can't lie about it. He can't cover it up the way he spun, lied about, and covered up what was in the Mueller report. The truth never had a chance to catch up to Bill Barr's lies. Bill Barr can't do that with Don McGahn's sworn testimony. And the number one reason why today's congressional testimony by Don McGahn about Donald Trump's obstruction of justice is important is because Congress will be able to use it to make a criminal referral of Donald Trump to the Department of Justice. Here's what I mean by that. I want to use a parallel circumstance. Do you remember when the Senate Intelligence Committee was investigating Russia's interference in our election and Trump's possible involvement in all that? They called witnesses before the Senate Intelligence Committee, witnesses like Don Jr. and Jared Kushner and Eric Prince and Steve Bannon and others. And at the end of the investigation, a bipartisan committee, the Senate Intelligence Committee, made criminal referrals to the Department of Justice for possible perjury by Don Jr., Jared Kushner, Eric Prince, Steve Bannon, and others. Now, that went into Bill Barr's black hole of corruption and cover-up, so we don't know whatever happened with those criminal referrals. But when you have first-hand, sworn, live testimony of somebody who says, Donald Trump told me to fire Bob Mueller and then told me to lie about it, he obstructed justice in substance, that can be used by the Congressional Committee, the House Judiciary Committee, to support a criminal referral to the Department of Justice, not Bill Barr's Department of Justice, Merrick Garland's Department of Justice, to consider a criminal charge for obstructing justice against former President Donald Trump. That's important. And that is, I think, where Congress is heading. Let me finish with this, folks. Please don't lose faith. Please don't lose heart. I would say please don't lose patience, but I feel like I lose patience every day and then I try to claw back some of that patience because we're heading in the right direction. We are heading toward justice. But it's still going to take a minute for us to get there. But justice matters. As always, folks, please stay safe. Please stay tuned. And I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.